You're watching the 2019-20 SCAC Basketball Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Austin College men's basketball program. The Roos, of course, coming off an 8-17 season a year ago, 4-12 in SCAC play. Austin College will be led once again under the guidance of head coach Rodney Wecker, along with senior guard Kameron Hill. Coach, Cameron, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, you head into your 13th season there as the head coach in Sherman. I would imagine there is some excitement going into this season with so much experience returning off last year's team. What is it that continues to motivate you as a head coach, and what makes each new challenge special heading into a year?
Well, every year is kind of unique and it's special, especially when you have four-year players like Kameron Hill in our program. And then we do have some experience. Those guys that are juniors played quite a bit as incoming freshmen. They got a little head start in their playing experience just coming into that with some unique circumstances there. We had a really good recruiting class this year. So we brought in some good players, some transfers, and some incoming freshmen that look pretty promising this year. So it's great recruiting, getting build relationships with these young men, and see where we go from a basketball standpoint throughout the season.
Cameron, as one of the two seniors on this team, I would imagine, it feels a little bit different heading into this final preseason. What is your mindset, and how are you sort of shouldering a little bit more of those leadership roles heading into the year?
So as far as the leadership role and the standing senior, right now, really our focus right now is just improving every single day, and really we want to leave the gym knowing that we got better and we did something to make our team as a whole get better collectively.
Coach, you returned 7 athletes that made 5 or more starts from a season ago, 4 that made 20 or more starts. How does that benefit you as a coach, and does it feel like you can kind of expedite this preseason? Do you feel like you're a little bit further along with so much experience returning as you head into preseason?
Yeah, and every year is a little bit different. You're implementing some minor changes and everything, but the core values or principles that we're doing in our program are there. We have knowledge with those experienced players, and they also help the young guys, whether it's drill setting or 5-on-5 setting. They're teaching on the floor just as well as I am because they do have that experience. But also experience doesn't mean anything if you don't know what you're doing. But our guys know what they're doing, and they're helping the young guys along the way there. So, and some of these guys had it, from a starting standpoint or extra minutes last year, just because we had some injuries that were kind of unique last year, and which is beneficial for us this year because they do have that on-court experience. And they can build from that for this year.
Cameron, a season ago, you made 5 starts, averaging 18 minutes a night, little under 5 points per contest. What did you learn over the course of last season? What have you worked on in your game as you've looked to continue to improve and get better as a basketball player heading into your senior year?
Okay, so really just focus a lot more on my skill set as far as shooting, really, and kind of just to be a silent leader on the floor, really, is what I'm trying to focus on, is to implement that. And as far as working with the team, we kind of communicated through the phone, trying to get everybody in the gym as much as possible just to get better and focus on our own skills. Everybody's completely different, and that's kind of how we all contribute as a team.
Coach, as preseason has unfolded and you've kind of taken inventory with this group, is there something maybe that surprised you with this team that gives you extra confidence as you get ready for a new season?
Their knowledge base, and then also their work ethic. All the transfers that have come in this year, there's no let up, and they're pushing our upperclassmen. We're much deeper than we ever have been, and well, I shouldn't say ever, but at least the last 2 or 3 years, we're much deeper as a whole, which is going to be very beneficial for us. And our minutes may drop with some of those other guys, but they're going to be productive minutes because they're going to be a little bit fresher. It's going to allow us to rotate guys in frequently, wear down teams defensively. And of course, we're the running Roos, so we push the ball, and offensively we're very efficient. And those guys that came in are going to be very helpful for us.
Cameron, finally, as you've had conversations with your teammates as one of the leaders on this team about some of the goals for this season, what have those conversations looked like, and what are some of the goals for this 2019-20 Roos men's basketball program?
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier, we just really, our primary goal as a team is to, every day when we walk into the gym for practice, we just want to know that we left better than when we came in. That's our primary focus right now. And we also want to buy into each other's. I mean, we're all coming from different backgrounds, so we all are having to learn a little bit more about each other, and that really shows on the floor about how our team chemistry is and how it's building each and every day.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, this season is successful if what plays out. What are you looking for from this group to kind of continue to take those steps and move in the right direction in order for this group to kind of accomplish its goals this season?
The cohesion with our team is really good this year. I think Devin and Cameron have done a great job of leading us. The camaraderie is really good with the team, and I just think we're going to have a really good year this year. The wins and losses take care of themselves, but as a whole, as a group, kind of like what Cameron said, we're going to give everything we have, every time we step on the court, and I expect us to get back into the conference tournament, and of course you got to win the conference tournament to move on to the next phase in that. So I think this preseason, with our practices, scrimmages, you got non-conference games, and then you have conference games that you play to prepare you for that conference tournament, and you have to be in position to be in position. And I think this team definitely has the capability of going further than we have in the last couple of years.
The Austin College men's basketball program. Again, the Roos will head into the season under the guidance of head coach Rodney Wecker, along with senior guard Kameron Hill. Austin College will open up the 2019-20 campaign November 8th when they take on Howard Payne. Coach Cameron, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck as you head into the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.